So I finally did it. I finally got a sub-10 3x3 average of 5. Something I've been wanting to achieve for so long. And on many occasions, I was off by just one solve. I did get quite lucky, as you'll see, but I've broken it, and now it's time to show you what happened. Oh my god. Oh. That was so weird. Here's the first Scrambles on screen if you want to follow along. So I saw that on white, we had 3 cross pieces here, and 1 here. My mind kind of just went blank when I saw this, because I thought you could just solve this in one move and you could solve everything, but that's not to be the case. If I do a U prime, you only solve these 2. If I did a U, you would solve these, but they'll never be solved all at the same time. But for some reason, that's what my mind thought when I saw this, because I thought I could just insert green and, I don't know, do a D prime. I know what my mind was thinking through then. Maybe I got distracted and I saw this pair, which I actually did first. So my cross solution was R prime F R D prime, and I tracked this first pair, which was easily solvable, so like this. But I didn't actually solve the cross. And then I solved this red-green, so I use Y prime and then solve it into the back. And at this point I saw the wrong edge and I was like, bruh. But then I just continued with the rest of the solve, so I saw this orange-blue. And I saw this red-blue. And then that gave me an OLL skip, and when I saw this I was very panicked. I don't know why I did it. I saw this big block, and I kinda know a bit of like 4x4 PLL parody stuff, but I don't know why I decided to do an RB perm, which I think that's what you do, but that's what I did anyway. And then I got an O perm actually. So what O perm is basically you have these edges, they cycle like this, but because it's 3x3, I'm not actually solved. So this is technically an impossible PLL case, but because I had this like pseudo cross, this can happen. So I actually know a pretty cool algorithm for this. For this case, the edges cycle clockwise. So you can do this. It's kind of like a Z perm, but you end it early. And then do an M, and then do a U. So that was a really weird solve. Messed up the cross, messed up the PLL, but I still somehow got a 1080 on that. Oh my god. Pseudo solving, let's go. So for the next scramble, this was a 904. I did yellow cross, so pieces are here, 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 and here. And now I solved this, I solved orange, then I solved green, like this. And that set up blue and red to be in a very nice 3-move case, like this. So then I saw this green-red, which I solved like this, bit of a weird way, in my opinion. And then I saw the blue-red, so I kind of did like a D-wide prime, and then I solved it. Then I saw I had the corner, and then I could kind of use look ahead that the orange-green edge kind of been this, or this, so it had to be this one. And since we have the corner from a slot and edge from a slot solved, we can solve the 2 remaining pieces as a pseudo pair. So what I can do is I can do a D prime to like line up the slot, recognize this case, which is actually this case, and how I recognize this is the yellow is like this and this edge is oriented, so by this pattern I can kind of recognize it. So pair them up like this, and then insert. And then I was kind of relieved when that worked, because I wasn't sure if I got it right, but then I got a pretty easy I-shaped OLL. And then a JA perm or an L perm. Yes! What? 641. Let's go, new PB. Alright, this is solve 3. I cannot believe I didn't emphasize on this earlier, but this is actually my PB single, 641. And really easy solution as well. I saw the yellow cross was really easy, these two are solved relatively to each other, but before doing that, we have that kind of nice 3-move case from earlier. Just F prime, R prime, F, and I can solve them relatively to the other two. I can do a D prime, but before doing that, I saw that this pair would get preserved, so it would just stay there while I do the cross. But not only that, if I do the cross, this corner stays here, but this edge moves by an R prime, which means I'll have a pair here ready to insert and it won't affect this pair, which means I planned the first 2 pairs. So let me show you what I mean. So do the cross, D prime, and then we have this green-orange pair and this orange-blue pair, and then when I insert this, it's not gonna disturb this, so I can just insert it straight away. And then green-red, and then paired up blue-red, and then we have a C-shaped Ola and another L pair. And those are really easy first 2 pairs, and just easy F2L, easy OLO, or right PLL. And a 641 PB single. Oh, I messed up a cross. Oh my goodness. Bruh. This is the 4th solve, this was a 1293. And this is a really weird solve because it kind of started like the first one where I made a cross or a pseudo cross, but this time I actually forced it. The other one I kind of accidentally did it. This one I kind of forced it. I think the reason why is because the pseudo cross was only 3 moves, so it was just these 2. And also because I could track this first pair really easily, because this just moves by an F prime and then nothing else gets affected. So do the cross, and then we have this pair. And then this pair. So how I do this one from the back is I do anti-soon, and then that you can just go straight into that, and I saw this. So pair them up like this. And then this pair. And I was about to insert this when I actually saw this, and this is a VLS case, which is basically skipping all while inserting the last pair. So this was a really easy case, so you could just go like this. And still with the pseudo cross. Now I think I knew how to actually deal with this case. I'm pretty sure this is like a K-pen or something, I'm not sure. But I just did it wrong. So I think what I did was M2, U2, M2 to solve the bum layer. And I should have done an A-perm from this angle, but instead I just was panicking and I just did it from this angle, and that just left me with an E perm, which was really unfortunate. Yes! Yes! Oh my god. 798. Oh my god. 927 average of 5. Let's go. Alright, here's the last solve, a 798, and this one's got a pretty funny solution also. So we have the cross, which is also pretty easy again, a D prime to solve green, and then we can do a pretty easy insert with orange and blue, and that basically puts red in the perfect spot. I saw orange and blue, so I could insert this, do it into the back, and then I saw this, so I just do that. And then I saw this. This is amazing, and this is why you see me pause for a little bit, and it's because we have another pseudo pair. And actually, if I just did a D prime like this, I could just insert the pair. But what I actually realized is this is a winter variation case, which is basically like VLS, but your edges just have to be oriented. So as you can see, this is the case that I'm dealing with, and it just looks the exact same. And how you solve this is you do R2, D prime, R prime, U prime, R, D prime, R2. So that's what I did here to skip OLO, except it's a pseudo pair. I don't know why I didn't do the last D move, but it doesn't really matter. And then I have an RB perm, so I did the ID algorithm from here. and then a very nice U prime D to finish the solve off, and that gets me a 928 average, which is just amazing. So yeah, really happy that I finally got a sub 10 average. I've been trying to get one for quite a long time now, and the fact that I crushed it, I got a 928, is just amazing. But there's actually something kind of funny about those PLLs and OLLs that I'm going to show you right now. Alright, so here I have the Scrambles and the Reconstructions, but we're just going to focus on the PLLs or the OLLs that I used. So for solve 1, for alg 1, I would put the RPEM, so I would just put R, and then for the other one I'd do OPEM because it was an O. And there's no OLL for this one because there was no OLL, but it was 2 PLLs. So for example, solve 3, which had a real OLL and PLL. So for OLL, it was C because it looked like a C. And for alg 2, I would do L. Well, it could be JA, but I think a lot of people call it L also. So that would be alg 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fill that chart for all the Scrambles. Alright, so I filled in the table, and it actually has a pretty cool message behind it. So when you put the letters from the algorithms from my sub 10 PB average, you get rickrolled.